Hello, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrines Google Hangout. And today's show is entitled "The Conscious Community is Watching." And whether you know it or not, they watching people. They watching for the newcomers. They watching for the ones that's here and stable in their doctrine and teachings and philosophy or whatever you want to call it. You know. But who they watching the most are the Israelites, or the Hebrew Israelites, as some like to call themselves. And as y'all know, I've been a thorn in the side of a lot of them, so I know they watching me. And I know they watching me because when I find myself in, private conversations and hangouts and stuff, a lot of stuff get brought back that I done did and said, and people emulate things that I do and say. So they watching people, they watching, believe that, you know. A lot of individuals that tried to ride the coattail to get position and stuff off the name, Israel Doctrine of Carl Albert. It's a lot of people didn't mention the name in the conscious community. Y'all done heard the videos on Sinetta and stuff. Y'all see what I was trying to do with Abba and Sankofa and others. Y'all know about the Dr. Mayan, and you know what I'm saying? I get it all the time, the love and the hate for doing what I do. I got a history before that, which most people don't really know too much about, but they've been diving into it, you know what I'm saying? On Debate Talk for You, I've been on TRS. I've been on a lot of these so-called conscious community stations and stuff dealing with different people in this community. And as much as they try to act like they not paying attention to this that's going on over here, they paying attention. I hit the scene as Israel Doctrine due to the fact people, once again, mistaking my page for a personal page. That was a company page. Facebook calls me to have to use my name on it. I could have showed them the paperwork and easily showed them that Israel Doctrine is legit. It's a LLC. It's legit. I got my paperwork and everything. So, I could have kept that, but for the most part, I want y'all to know Carl Albert, So I went ahead and put the name on there. So now people don't know if to call me Carl Albert or Israel Doctrine. I'm both. You can call me Israel Doctrine, Carl Albert, ID, whatever you want to call me out there in the community. You can call me Crazy Nutso and everything else too. It don't matter what you call me. It matter what I answer to, right? So, Polite, I've been in his conversation. Brother Reggie, I've been in his conversation. Daniela, I've been in his conversation. Tazariak, I've been in his conversation. Divine, Nasi, you know what I'm saying? Shaka, Sinetta, Brother Larry, Realism, Bashir, Sankofa, Lord Album, about to have a debate with them. Unk, and Ross Squatters and different stuff, people. Couple years I'm deep in the game, even though y'all don't see me and hear me all on Sinetta TV. Y'all hear my name. Eli the God, you know what I'm saying? The name get mentioned because people watching. I get on these blog talks, I get on these hangouts, and you'll hear the name mentioned. And a lot of people that, like I said, won't position, for the most part, they be jocking me for my position. Covenant, as the Bible said, thou shalt not covet. Reg, you dropped info on my beginning in the Word of God. Dealing with the Israel of God out of Chicago, which the head man there is Brother Bowie. You know what I'm saying? I hear people on Hangout saying, "Oh, you just a follower of Bowie, this, that, and the other." People that never knew nothing about the Israel of God or Brother Bowie to start out with. What they failed to realize that there was another brother there by the name of Brother Danny. You know what I'm saying? And he also was my original teacher, you know, in the beginning when I was getting you know, the tape lessons from the class and stuff and studying. So now y'all can start mentioning Brother Danny if you want to. He has the House of Jacob now. All these are Chicago classes, right? All these consider themselves to be Israelites as well as Christians, followers of Christ, which Israelites are and was the first Christians. You know, so when y'all try to say Israel doctrine is a Christian, I thank you for the compliment. When most of the time I don't act like a follower of Christ, when I get heated and get in my own, you know, pride and, you know, do my own will. So, but I still appreciate that you hear my doctrine, hear my teachings, and know that it's the same as the captain of my salvation, Jesus Christ himself. So I appreciate when y'all tell the world I'm a Christian. The House of Conscience never figured that out in the beginning. They was ignorant of Israel. They was ignorant of, you know, the biblical historical aspect of the first Christians being called that down in Antioch. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my history, people. I hear y'all repeating it and bringing it back to me now. But I never been a follower of man. So I never followed Bowie, nor have I followed Danny. You know what I'm saying? And as they go by the titles, not Reverend, Pastor, this, Brother Bowie, Brother Danny, those my brothers. They're elder brothers, most definitely. I'm going to respect them to the day I die as elders in the body of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Those my elder brothers, but they still brothers. Just like I respect my elders, brothers after my mother. I got 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? Then I got another brother, you know. So I got 5 brothers and all. I respect them all as my elder brothers. But I am a man myself, just like them. And just like Bowie and Danny, I am a man myself, just like them. So it's no idolizing mans when it comes from me. You know, I don't idolize no man, you know, and always refer back to the written. You know what I'm saying? So y'all out there watching and paying attention, if you want to, you can go to the .coms and look them up on the internet. That's the Israel of God. You know, I know most of y'all know. And that's the House of Jacob. I know most of y'all know, especially in the Israelite community. Y'all know that they're major players in it. You know. So look them up. See how much our doctrine is equivalent to each other. But see how much, as I said, me being my own man, burning my own kind of like, you know what I'm saying? They burn theirs. I burn mine also. Because I'm a man just like them, and I have to study to show myself approved and see how much more that I talk about than they might not talk about. How much I address that they might not address. Because I got my own job to do, people. I got my own talents, my own commission. What I've been commissioned to do in the body is what I've been commissioned to do. And this is what other Israelites that don't have no affiliation with them camps or even know of them camps may just now be hearing of them cats. Got to understand that whether you New York, you know, Georgia, other camps in Chicago, or any other camp in the United States of America, overseas, in UK or anywhere else, that at the end of the day, if we to be a body, then everybody got their own job. But the thing is, the rebel rousers, the gainsayers, in the body of Christ or in the nation of Israel, right, has to be checked. And as y'all know, Israel doctrine is my specialty, right? Terminology I came up with, I believe the Lord God gave me stewardship over it and gave me the ability to take care of what needs to be taken care of when it comes to Israel doctrine. Now, most of y'all don't want to recognize that. You know, for years y'all been coming to the Facebook page and, you know, dealing with me and don't want to recognize Israel Doctrine for what it is. And I appreciate that y'all don't put the term in y'all mouth. And when y'all do, it's negative. But yet you come at me and don't come at the doctrine because you know better. It's good that you know better, because gainsaying will cease just as soon as you bring it. As the Bible say, he give me a mouth to overcome it. You know, he give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the text, Israel Doctrine, to, you know, deal with anybody that has anything negative to say about it. You know, from the RBGs, the Pan-Africans, the Nuwabians, the Moors, the Kemetic people, now Valley or whatever. It's literature, people. I keep telling y'all that. And you can't deal with the literature unless you can deal with the literature. Most of y'all, as I just did the video and posted on my Facebook, most of y'all African Americans or Negroes never dealt with the Bible in the proper perspective, and you never used it for your liberation. So you have no idea what type of teachings and what type of systems that reside in the Bible to deal with the freedom and the liberation of our people from so many systems that we entangled in. Believe me, I have. I done dealt with things from a nationalist perspective. I done dealt with it from a street perspective. I done dealt with it from a gangster perspective. All type of perspectives that you want to look at. Like I said, God, the Father of Jesus, God, he is the Godfather. He is the Father of gods. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the good and the evil. I try to initiate most people in Atlanta, Georgia, June the 5th into the Israelite mystery system. I tried to give them the ins and the outs and the complete understanding of God being a friend or a foe, or bringing good and evil upon mankind. You know, because everybody question that. Well, why would God let death be, and why would this, that, and the other? It's simply understood, people, when you initiate it into the mystery system of the Bible, the Word of God, Israel Doctrine, then you understand these things, because you now have entered into the priesthood, and the priest is supposed to keep the law on their lips. They're supposed to keep a book of the law with them. They're supposed to understand how to present the Word of God to the layman, those that don't deal with it, and to all the scientists and all these different people out here, philosophers and things of that nature, that is truly, you know, wise in the sense, in the worldly sense, but they still can't get the Bible. They don't get the Bible or comprehend it because they got enmity between the one that dictates the Bible to us, and that's God. I won't go to the Father or the Son, because most of y'all still don't understand that it is a Father, it is a Son, it is a God, and it's a God that got anointed by his God. It's a God that got anointed by his God. And that's why you even come up with titles or terms like Christ, Messiah, Mashiach, which was God, which is God, right? And was anointed by his God, his Father, and his Lord. Yet he's still ours on all those titles. And I know y'all done heard me say it before. Y'all just watching, you know, patiently wait for me to say something that you can jump on. But you can't. Anything I state is biblical. It's bagged by the text, and it can easily be proven by the text. So, as I said on my Facebook page, friend or foe, it don't matter. If you want to test Israel Doctrine, or you want to test any title or anything I ever put out or anything I ever said, then do that, you know. But y'all keep watching my personal life. If I got a woman, if I'm having sex, this, that's, and that, and the other, because I put that stuff out there too, right? I put my life out there. I have an open closet. I don't have no skeletons that I got to hide. So, you know, my haters, they hear stuff and they want to attack me personally because they can't deal with the doctrine. They can't deal with the Bible, and they know only place I'm going to stay is in the Bible. And they don't want to travel into that. They don't want to go into that. It's uncomfortable grounds for them. They don't want to fight on my battlefield. I understand that. Any nigga that deal with war should understand that. If you got a military mind and a strategy, you know, game about yourself and tactics, nah, as Unc said, he'll never go in that Bible with a person like me, because I know the Bible better than him. So all he can do is ask questions. And when he make ignorant statements, just like any other person that's ignorant of the text, when you make ignorant statements, then you're gonna get corrected. That's simple as it get. And y'all know that. That's why y'all afraid of most Israelites, but that's why most Israelites afraid to test Israel doctrine. Even though they hate on the low and they get in their little circles of camps and amongst their friends and stuff and hate on the low. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all watching. That's why I'm making the video, so y'all can listen. I know some of y'all stay on my channel taking notes, trying to steal information and take it out there and present it as your own. You know what I'm saying? I know. That's why I'm letting the world know. The conscious community is watching, even those Israelites that's in the conscious community, because most of them have messed up as of this year. As of this year, most Israelites in the conscious community has caused themselves to be put on the bottom of the totem pole. They no longer the head as we once was last year, right? I'm not a Hebrew Israelite, but I claim to be an Israelite, and I don't care if you put Hebrew on it or not, right? Those are my so-called brothers, after the flesh. Most of them may not be after the spirit, but after the flesh. We all come from the same genealogy line, So those still my brothers. We was holding down the house last year, 2014. My information never made it out. Brothers, my Israelite brothers was hating on salvation for everybody, which the Bible clearly state, which other brothers on the low start, saying that, and some still hating and want to argue that. But you never seen now one of them in the house of consciousness, Israelites that is, test that premise. They'll say this and say that, and then, somebody asks them, because I put it out there, that salvation is for the African and the white man and so on and so forth. For any any righteous man, any man that's in the flesh that does righteousness can get salvation. They can get saved from the lake of fire. That's the premise that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the ignorance that Israel kicked. Well, God is going to come save all of us from the four corners of the earth that he scattered us to. Okay, yeah. Why would he save anybody else when he say he coming to gather Israel, right? But in the gathering of Israel, those that find out that we Israel, they're going to grab us by the coattail and want to go with us. And some of them going to take us trying to get a reward from God. Like, I got your Israelite. I know they Israelites. You see what I'm saying? But yet salvation for the whole world. Another simple concept is great tribulations. Who in the hell don't know about the time to come like no other? See, in the 90s, Rodney King was the first videotaping of a brutal act against a black man in public like that by all the officers and so on and so forth. Now we see videotapes of people getting shot down, choked, and girls with their face in the ground, this, that, and the other, because we got more cameras on the streets now. But these things been happening. That's why you had NWA saying fuck the police and telling you how it was out there in Los Angeles when the drug game hit and they was riding through houses and army tanks and this and that. They ain't just started being military wise when it come to us people. They've been doing it. They've been labeled us public enemy number one. They put the drugs in the community so they can have an excuse to do what they do. It ain't a war on drugs. It's a war on us. They put the drugs amongst us so they can come and get us. Whether we using them or not, whether we selling them or not, this is a drug community. You know what I'm saying? This is a gang community. We need to police it. And that's where you get your police state. This stuff is so simple and so easy to understand and realize, but yet people manipulate the minds of the black community, the conscious community, those that you look at as your idols and your heroes, basically, they're molesting you spiritually, emotionally, and everything else. And y'all don't even realize it and understand it. But I'm a part of the conscious community, quote unquote, the conscious community. And I'm watching them as well as they watching me, you know. But let me see. I'm gonna put some more people on the hangout if they want to come, you know. Send the link out just in case somebody want to come. They might be watching this stuff and they might want to come over and say a few things. But people, they watching, and believe me, I'm watching them, watching me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a challenge to all in the conscious community. Like I wrote a little rhyme a while back, and people was like, "You going at everybody in the conscious community?" Yes, everybody, Hebrew Israelites and all. Because if you in that community and that community dictating a lot of stuff to the black community, seeing that they look towards the quote unquote conscious community, damn it, I'm at you all. If you wrong, and if you misleading the people, I'm at you all. That's why I get the hate and the animosity from a lot of people, but I welcome it because that means I'm on my job. As Jesus said, they hated him first because he came and shined the light. So I come to do the same thing. So I look to get the same results. The same results. Whether it be crucifixion in the public forum or physically or whatever. If however you want to bring the pain, because I know that's what most people want to do. Y'all attack my mother to try to you know what I'm saying, cause me to get angry, get mad, and get outside of myself, and most definitely want to do harm to people. You know what I'm saying? That's wickedness. That's a good way to rattle my cage, as they say. Attack my mother. But y'all fail to realize, as I said, I done seen death in many shape, forms, and fashion, and I know the dead is unconscious. Y'all can't hurt her feelings or do nothing against my mother. She's 6 feet under. She's resting in peace, waiting for whichever resurrection it is that she didn't attain. And so with that, I'm comfortable about my mother's situation. You know what I'm saying? And before she left this world, believe me, I was right there every day, taking care of her and doing everything that needed to be done. So I'm comfortable about that. I'm not one that have regrets. You know, she wasn't no crackhead. She wasn't no whore. She had babies by the same man. You know what I'm saying? She was married to him, this, that, and the other. But what about them women's that birth y'all out there? See, y'all can't even talk. Most of y'all can't even talk about your mother because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got no picture of them up. You know what I'm saying? But see, y'all try to take shots at me because I'm comfortable in my skin and I can put my mother up and I can put other things up that I could freely do or say or tell about my life that may not be, you know, glorious. I don't paint the glorious picture of myself like I'm a fantastic reader or speaker or that I'm intelligent. I don't do all that. I'm not insecure. I can be in my skin. I can be overweight. I can be skinny. I can be toothless or whatever. It wouldn't matter. I'm going to still be me at the end of the day. But y'all cats out there watching, and because y'all have insecurities, y'all try to point out something that you may think that I'm insecure about, but I'm not insecure about nothing, community. Nothing. Because I am what I am. Totally. I'm not halfway nothing. I'm me. Whatever that is, I'm me. So keep watching, community. It's more to come. You know what I'm saying? It's just some pieces out of place right now. You know, everything is in due time. And that's you know, I'm working now and getting this little money. And it still ain't the best world to me. I don't like it. I like when I was free to do a show every day, talk Bible, study, read, or do whatever. I don't like this working world. I don't like going to the plantation. But as long as I'm blessed to be at the plantation, most definitely for this year, I'm finna go get that money up out of there, and I'm gonna do what I need to do with it. And God bless that I don't have to be there next year. I ain't looking to be there next year, and I'm looking to do what it is that, you know, like I said, I've been given stewardship over. So that's why I make my videos. That's why I do my little stuff. You know, I ain't blog talking it. I know a lot of people want to be able to call in to the show and talk and do things and, you know, ask questions and stuff. Forgive me, people. I still ain't got on the blog talk tip yet. But I'm gonna pay that $39 and get back to that. And I'm gonna once again be the leader in getting people on there, talking to people and not attacking people. See, this one thing that I don't respect about a lot of these brothers, and it's the truth, they assholes. I'm not even gonna bite my tongue because I am what I am, and that's how I talk, right? They assholes. You get some of these niggas on your show, you keep people from attacking them, and you allow them to put their platform out there and talk to people, right? I done did it. See, I ain't got to talk about what I want to do. I done did shit, right? You let them come on there, keep them from being attacked, this, that, and the other, but yet and still you go on people's shows. I do. I go on people's shows. They never let me tell the world who I am and what I stand on, so people can be totally ignorant of me still, and then they attack me. You know what I'm saying? I watch how y'all do. I sit up and come to your forums just to see what the hell you gonna do, how you gonna treat a brother. You know what I'm saying? You welcome a man in your house and allow people in your house to attack them. I never let that happen to any of y'all. Y'all know that Nazi came on the show. LeBron tried to get at him. I said, look, Scrappy, man down. Calm your ass down. It's my guest. I'm not finna allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying? If you catch him on another show or you catch him on the humbug, go ahead, do it. I done had Barshir on there. I let him give his whole Lions of Allah shit out, right? Do I agree with any of that shit? Hell no. But I was trying to introduce him to my audience and let people know who this man is from his own mouth, his own words. I let him blow up the whole show. You know what I'm saying? Do his whole thing. Never once did he get attacked. I go in the Black Radio with him and his brothers. You know what I'm saying? Soleiman and Oh God. The motherfuckers attacked me and let Malik attack me. You see what I'm saying? I know y'all seen and heard. I know it's been talked about. But this is the type of thing I'm talking about, integrity and merit and stuff. These not just words, they concepts. We need more men to stand up and have some integrity, men of honor, shit, in the community. That's the problem. Niggas ain't got that. But keep watching. You gonna see those who have it and those who don't. Really pay attention. Those who trying to get you for their money, for your money. You know what I'm saying? And those that's not. Those that's really trying to give you something to enlighten you and build you up as a person or black man or whatever you want to have it, however you want to say it. You know, because most of the conscious community deal with the black community, the Negroes, the African American, right? You have your Hispanic in there, you know, but they don't come to the forefront like that. And then like the brother Malik, he got attacked for that. I never attacked a white man or a Hispanic man, Latino man, or whatever in the community. Like I said, most of the time that I'm arguing and fighting, that's the first time I ever argued or fought or had a problem with a brother with that pale of a skin tone when I had that problem with Malik. Outside of that, I never been into it with the pale skins in the sense of the word. That was a historical moment. That was my first time, you know. And when people in the community attack him for that, you know, the Israelites wouldn't trip. They would tell him he's a Hebrew. I don't go with that. I don't deal with the 12 tribe chart thing, right? So I wouldn't label him as a Hebrew. And he would have to do more than just say that to me. And either way it go, the hell with it. If he is or he ain't, as long as he's doing righteousness, I could run with him. I could kick it with him, right? So See there, he didn't even understand my stance on, you know, the racial issue like that. So he probably just thought I was just a hateful Hebrew Israelite or whatever. Or like the other brothers in the conscious community that's been coming at the brother on the fact that he's not a quote unquote black man. You know what I'm saying? Skin tone wise. So man, it's a lot of stuff going on, man. It's a lot of stuff. Lord willing, I'm gonna do a show later on today, teaching or whatever, but I'm running my mouth now. You know what I'm saying? It's times that people need to talk. Once again, I put myself out there. So whatever I feel, whatever I'm saying or whatever, it's nothing to hide. I put it out on display. And that's the matter with a lot of people out here. You see them whenever they talking, they got a presentation and they present something to you. And they might do it once a week, once a month, this, that, and the other. And they done took all their time to make sure they say all the right words. They use the proper vocabulary and do all the shit, you know, with the trimmings and shit, you know, make it look good and stuff and sound good, and then give it to you where they ain't got no flaws or no imperfections and stuff. They just a perfect conscious community Negro that has all the answers. But we see, like Dr. Umar Johnson, you know, I spoke on him before when I did the interview in Atlanta, and I made the statement that he was messing with a white girl. People jumped on me about it. It might be true, it might not. I you know, I misspoke. I don't have all the information on it. And so, like this stripper thing with him, I ain't got all the information on that. But it's going on. It's being talked about. It's being dealt with. They trying to bring the man down to a degree. It's an attack on him, you know, just like most people get attacked. Polite get attacked. His family get attacked. Lives have been threatened in the conscious community over this information and different stuff, over positions and stuff. Hopefully y'all really paying attention to that, because a lot of y'all ignorant of it, you know. But, you know, one day somebody gonna get clapped, laid down and stuff for, this conscious community information of being a part of this community. It's gonna happen. Just to show its tensions and beefs and stuff arise, somebody gonna bite the bullet one day. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it don't happen, but the signs indicate that, you know, the foolish people out here that's trying to participate in the community and don't understand that most of the time this shit is the WWE or WWF, and these cats ride together, talk together, strategize on how to get money together and stuff, but yet they, you know, present division and strife and beef to the people to build that entertainment factor for the community. The people in the community don't understand that. They don't understand how much people sit down and talk to each other, this, that, and the other, and what's real and what fake, who really got beef and who don't. You know what I'm saying? So when they get involved, the streets, that is, because the streets is watching the conscious community, right? Y'all know that's J Line, the streets is watching. You know, the streets is watching the conscious community. And when the streets get involved in the conscious community, like, you know, Polite in the Bloods and Crips or whatever, and, you know, other brothers that talk about their gang affiliation or when they used to be in the streets and how, you know, certain people in the streets still love them and stuff. Shit could get real quick, people. You know, I done had vice lords and different, yes, I ain't gonna call his name and stuff, but, you know, vice lords and different people screaming shit over the phone and over the radio to me, you know. As the brother, I think they went in on Sankophone in the black radio. That nigga called me trying to threaten me and stuff on my phone after the debate and the fallout with that whole thing. Like, really, nigga? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, sometimes it's real beef and sometimes this shit is just made up. But it's real in the conscious community, people. You know what I'm saying? You got X everything in there. Ex-gangster, ex-drug dealers, ex-whores, ex, you know, drug addicts, everything. Niggas that went to prison and stuff, they done got that prison education. They come out and they think they Malcolm X now and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, people. It's the black community, truly. Even though these blacks say they conscious, and it's a black conscious community, as I said before, you really don't see the Latinos, and you know it's no whites allowed, pretty much, right? So this black group of people saying that they're conscious and they make up this community ain't shit but niggas still. They haven't graduated to even their Egyptian mindset with their gods and stuff, and they carry themselves a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Kings, rulers, what the fuck Polite College said, the suits and this and that, they carry themselves with a high esteem, man. It's certain things that they don't participate in or say or whatever. It's a certain way your woman gotta be. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way your woman gotta be because she's a representation of you. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain way your children have to be because they're a representation of you. And if you can control your household or not. It's a certain way the people that's in your organization or group have to be, because who you align yourself with, who you talk to, and the conversation that they having and stuff says a lot about you. You know what I'm saying? If you talking to people that ain't got nothing, that ain't doing nothing all day, no ambitions, no nothing, no education, no nothing, no intelligence on nothing, they just conscious of a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? And you talking and arguing about those things all day, you'll never get to another level. You'll constantly just keep rotating right there where you at. Cause you can't, as y'all talking, you can't evolve. Nigga, you ain't got no business. You ain't got no LLC. You ain't got no even 501c3, which still is a company that need to be ran. It could be a church or it could be a private, whatever. It's just a non-profit organization. So I know y'all get on the churches for being 501c3s and how they will have to deal with it. But a 501c3 ain't nothing but a non-profit entity. And if you want to be a philanthropist and you want to be out here and doing stuff and people giving you money and they can use it as a tax write-off and stuff, so big companies can dump $1 million on you and they can write it off. Now you got $1 million and you ain't got to pay taxes on it. You can use it to help the people. Ignorant as people that talk crazy about the 501c3s. You know what I'm saying? But y'all not business people. You're not business minded. You have no damn common sense of economics. That means you don't know how to get money. You don't know what to do when you get it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm not intelligent. I'm not smart to a degree. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not ignorant of a lot of things. And I won't say I'm conscious of a lot of things. I just know a lot about a lot of things because I done did a lot of things in life. You know what I'm saying? I done had a couple business. You know what I'm saying? But as I said, taking care of my mother and putting my life to the side and giving it to someone else that I say I love and making sure that they have an easy transition from this life to the next life, you know what I'm saying, caused me to have to sit a lot of things to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a parent, you know if your child is got cancer or dying or something or this and that and the other, would you quit your job, lose your house, and do everything to make sure your child's last days was the very best they could be on this earth and show them that they love by you? And would any of you Negroes put your parents in the nursing home, or would you give up everything you got to make sure they last days and transition, you know what I'm saying, was right? So when niggas talk about what have you done and what you do, I mean just for my family alone, which I ain't got to brag on it, you know what I'm saying? And then for my extended family, I would go just as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know me to be most of the shit that y'all try to talk about, because they know me. Y'all don't. So y'all make up stuff. Y'all use it to try to assassinate me over the internet and stuff and attack me. That's cool. But those that know. Even those that I done met over Facebook and talked to and, you know, did what I had to do to help them or try to help them in whatever situation. So I ain't gonna use the old cliche, I'm real or keeping it real. Shit is real. You know what I'm saying? And whatever facet that I'm dealing with this reality in, that's what I'm dealing with. You know, so like I said, keep watching, keep learning. Maybe some of y'all immature ass niggas will learn how to be grown ass men about stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have an example. And I ain't the best example, but I deal with reality a whole lot better than most. Cause I ain't gotta fake and be phony and flodge and, you know what I'm saying? Perpetrate, pretend. Cause I'm not begging for nothing. I don't need none of y'all to do nothing for me. Those that have done some for me in the past, I love them to death for it. You know, shit, me being down, give them the opportunity to put in the work that they should be doing and helping others. You know what I'm saying? And when you find somebody down, that's your opportunity to help another. If that's what you say you about, dealing with the downtrodden and the you know, the people that ain't got much, then when you see them, that's your opportunity to put your work in. But most of y'all shit on the people that you would consider not on your level. You'll try to even use a Dr. John Henry Clark, where I only debate my equals. No, nigga, if you say something wrong and somebody say, hey, at the end of the day, you wrong, then if you want to call it a debate, discussion, a correction, whatever the hell, then you should be able to sit down and have a conversation with that person, even if they're not your equal. Once again, that's saying you're higher than the next man. He's not on your level. He's not equal. He's a peon. See, y'all running around quoting Dr. Clark, and you don't know the mindset in which she stated that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all try to use that statement in damn near every situation you can find yourself like you're above the next Negro out there. No, I'm only gonna teach you. I ain't gonna debate you. Meaning I ain't trying to hear shit you say and reason with you. I'm just gonna tell you what it is. Dictate to you. See? Oh man. But it's all good, people. You know, y'all hear me when I talk to other people and how the conversation go. Y'all hear me when I'm sitting here and talking to my, you know, video screen and how the conversation go. And y'all hear when I call myself teaching and having scriptures and going through it, you know, so it's different public personas of myself, you know. One, I'm dealing with other people. One, I'm just teaching what it is that I've learned. And the other one, I just get on here and run my damn mouth about my feelings about stuff. So one other thing, because this been brought up lately, what niggas talk about, I call people names. Look, I'm addressing the people in the community. And that's the problem now. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to address people in the community when they see something wrong or they hear something wrong. And how can you address a person unless you address them by their name? Brother so-and-so, or either just call them by their name. You ain't even got to call them brother or sister. Just call them by their name so they'll know who you talking to. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be on these same shows and hangouts and different stuff that I be on. Y'all hear these brothers out here doing all this wickedness and doing stuff, and y'all won't even tell the community or speak on it or call their name. So the community can be aware of the jokers out here just running around in the community. Oh, y'all on some don't snitch shit, right? Nah. Don't be a rat. Nah. That's when you doing crime together, and for you to get a lighter sentence, you tell on your co-D and you say, look, you know, the Nino Brown thing. When he the head of the organization, and he said, nah, it wasn't me. It was this dude here. He did this and he did that, and put everything on somebody else so he can get a lighter sentence. That's what a snitch and a rat is. But when you in your community and you watching, you're a watchman in the community, and you trying to make sure that the kids safe in the community, or that women can walk around without a rapist and stuff. So if you see a brother, you know, a peeping Tom peeping through a window and stuff, you're not gonna tell. You're not gonna deal with that brother. If you see a brother approaching an old lady talking crazy to her, trying to take her purse, a bully her or something, see, y'all niggas ain't for the community. That's why y'all won't call nobody out in the community that's doing something wrong or saying something wrong. Y'all gotta watch these niggas. They claim that they're a part of the community and they don't care shit about the community. They just care how much money you'll pay to enter into one of their events. Whether they hold them privately by themselves or whether they do it with Sarnetta. Because we know Sarnetta is basically the man, him and Polite, when holding events and throwing things. They number one, right? But other people have tried to come on the scene and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And even use the people off of Sarnetta to initiate and start their brand, right? Which I done tried to do it myself. That's why I tried to debate with the lower tier on Sarnetta and get them in Atlanta, Abba, and, you know, Sankofa. That's why I even debated a woman off of Sarnetta TV. You know what I'm saying? Or the House of Conscience. Say no shame in my game. I'm trying to get in where I fit in, and whoever I gotta go through or whatever I gotta go through, shit, I do it. Long as it's righteous. Long as it's righteous, I'ma righteously do what I gotta do. Not kiss and tell, not compromising the teachings or belief or nothing, or myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. That's it, people. I know y'all watching. I know y'all listening. Y'all paying attention. And I'm going to give you some more shit to look at and hear and try to, you know, decipher and deal with. But I know, just like that, you know, I'm talking about a bunch of personal stuff now and feelings about stuff. So most of y'all just going to talk about that. Y'all know not to enter into the biblical arena and open that text up and get yourself caught up in that Bible text. Israelite or not, it don't matter to me. Nobody is messing with me when it comes to the text. That's it. Either you gotta be my equal or you gotta be less. And only a sit down and a reasoning section will let you know if you my equal or less. Because I don't believe I'm less than anybody. I'm equal to a lot of people, and I don't see none higher than me when it comes to dealing with the text. Because I know the work that I done put in, and I know what the Lord done gave me. And I can hear when people relate, when we can relate, and I can hear when we can't. But Israel doctrine, when dealing with that in its purest form, that's the highest level you can get. You can get no higher than that because you're dealing with the purity of the text. I know people do the language thing, this, that, and the other, but if you don't comprehend the message that's being conveyed throughout the text, you don't understand. You didn't got all this getting, but you didn't get no understanding. So when one understand, then one is here. When one don't understand, then he's over there, or whatever. So with that said, man, I done ran it for a little bit. You know, give y'all some shit to watch, talk about, you know, go mumble to your friends about, and, you know, this, that, and the other. That's what y'all need. That's what y'all want. But like I said, I'm available anytime to do this because this is what I do. You know, like I said, I go to work and stuff, make this little money because you got to have, you know, money. Man don't work, man don't eat, right? Biblical principle. Man don't work, man don't eat. Man ain't got nothing. He can't loan. He can't give to those that ain't got nothing. So I go get that I might have something to be able to get to others. You know what I'm saying? Even if I got a job at the house, I got a water line that I got to go dig up now, right? So I can fix my water. But I got a guy to help me He ain't got no job. He ain't got no way of getting money, so I could give him some money, you know, get him a job. So nothing from nothing leave nothing. You gotta have something. Somebody gotta go out and get it and share it and spread it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what it is. Wisdom, knowledge. Somebody gotta have it so they can give it to others. Understanding, well, that's a personal thing. You gotta get that on your own. Can't nobody make you understand nothing. So I'm finna go work in my yard, fix my water, so I can do me some washing and wash my tail. You know what all you need water for. I've been down and out for a sec. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to pay the city no $200-300 for a leak. So it's my personal issue with my yard right now, my water. So I'm finna go out here and sweat, lose a couple pounds. So when y'all see me and y'all see that fattening came up off of the, you know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all seen me in the Atlanta video and seen it look good. That's 3 years of sitting around not doing no physical labor. But you know what I'm saying? I do physical labor now. I ain't gonna take no before or after picture. Y'all done seen a before picture. And you'll see the after. I know you're watching. But it is what it is, people. I'm finna get up out of here. Hopefully all y'all have a good day. You know, Sunday is the beginning of the week. It's not the last day of the week. I don't care what they're trying to do with the digital calendars and stuff. You know, Sunday is the first day of the week. Saturday is the last day of the week. And you know in the Israelite community what the last day of a week is. So enjoy your week, people. I know this is not the first day of the work week for some of y'all, but it's the first day of the week. You know, maybe LeBron I'm coming on tonight. I can't remember. Enjoy the game or whatever. Enjoy yourself. Have fun and everything. And shit, contemplate and meditate on keeping it real in this real world, in this reality that we in. Stop taking y'all ass in the matrix and living on YouTube and living off other people's shit. Go read a book for yourself, get some information for yourself, and stand on your own 2 feet and stop hanging on other niggas' nuts. It's not respected. It's not respected, not by me. So with that said, I'm gonna say peace.